Sahih al-Bukhari 1491. Narrated Abu Huraira. Al-Hasan bin Ali took a date from the dates given in charity and put it in his mouth. The Prophet said, "Expel it from your mouth. Don't you know that we do not eat a thing which is given in charity?" Sahih al-Bukhari 1492. Narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet saw a dead sheep which had been given in charity to a freed slave girl of Maymunah, the wife of the Prophet. The Prophet said, "Why don't you get the benefit of its hide?" They said, "It is dead." He replied, "Only to eat its meat is illegal." Sahih al-Bukhari 1493. Narrated Al-Aswad. Aisha intended to buy Barira, a slave girl, in order to manumit her, and her masters intended to put the condition that her al-wala would be for them. Aisha mentioned that to the Prophet, who said to her, "Buy her, as the wala is for the manumitted." Once some meat was presented to the Prophet, and Aisha said to him, "This meat was given in charity to Barira." He said, "It is an object of charity for Barira but a gift for us." Sahih al-Bukhari 1494. Narrated Amatiyya al-Ansariya. The Prophet went to Aisha and asked her whether she had something to eat. She replied that she had nothing except the mutton piece which Naseba, Amatiyya, had sent to us, Barira, in charity. The Prophet said, "It has reached its place and now it is not a thing of charity but a gift for us." Sahih al-Bukhari 1495. Narrated Anas. Some meat was presented to the Prophet, p.b.u.h, and it had been given to Barira, the freed slave girl of Aisha, in charity. He said, "This meat is a thing of charity for Barira but it is a gift for us." Sahih al-Bukhari 1496. Narrated Abu Ma'bad. The slave of Ibn Abbas, Allah's messenger, said to Mu'adh when he sent him to Yemen, "You will go to the people of the scripture. So, when you reach there, invite them to testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and that Muhammad is his apostle. And if they obey you in that, tell them that Allah has enjoined on them 5 prayers in each day and night. And if they obey you in that, tell them that Allah has made it obligatory on them to pay the zakat which will be taken from the rich among them and given to the poor among them. If they obey you in that, then avoid taking the best of their possessions, and be afraid of the curse of an oppressed person because there is no screen between his invocation and Allah." Sahih al-Bukhari 1497. Narrated Abdullah bin Abu Awfa. Whenever a person came to the Prophet with his alms, the Prophet would say, "O Allah, send your blessings upon so-and-so." My father went to the Prophet with his alms and the Prophet said, "O Allah, send your blessings upon the offspring of Abu Awfa." Sahih al-Bukhari 1498. Narrated Abu Huraira. The Prophet said, "A man from Bani Israel asked someone from Bani Israel to give him a loan of 1,000 dinars and the later gave it to him. The debtor went on a voyage, when the time for the payment of the debt became due, but he did not find a boat, so he took a piece of wood and boarded and put 1,000 dinars in it and threw it into the sea. The creditor went out and took the piece of wood to his family to be used as firewood." See Hadith Number 488b, Volume 3. And the Prophet narrated the narration, and said, when he sawed the wood, he found his money. Sahih al-Bukhari 1499. Narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's messenger said, "There is no compensation for one killed or wounded by an animal or by falling in a well, or because of working in mines, but kumas is compulsory on rikaz." Sahih al-Bukhari 1500. Narrated Abu Hamid al-Sa'idi. Allah's messenger, p.b.u.h, appointed a man called Ibn al-Latbiyah, from the tribe of Al-Asd to collect zakat from Bani Sulaim. When he returned, after collecting the zakat, the Prophet checked the account with him.